Tech is the new oil, and it's no wonder everybody wants to go into tech nowadays. Today, I'm going to be sharing ways you can actually easily transition into tech just using what you know. Thank you very much for coming to my channel today. My name is Jadisola, and today we're talking tech. So many people want to get into tech nowadays, but they don't even know where to start from. Like, there's so many misconceptions around what it takes to get into the tech industry. Some people think they need to get a fancy tech degree. Some people think that they need to go and take certifications. Some people think that they have to learn how to code. Some people think that they have to know math and know how to calculate and all whatnot. Now, there's so many other ways you can actually move into tech without going through all these things, just by using what you know. Your domain knowledge really can get you into tech, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So the first career we're going to be looking at today is banking. Now, banking is in the finance sector, and if you combine that with technology, you have fintech. So the easiest way to transition into tech, if you're in the banking sector, I would say is start to look at the fintech industry. Now, fintech is actually really wide. There's blockchain, there's consumer credit, there's investment. So there are different ways you can actually use your existing skills to transition into any of these sectors, even within the fintech industry. In my own case, I used to be a banker and my focus was on consumer credit. When I was going to transition my career into tech, I founded a fintech startup that was mainly giving out consumer credit for payments of goods and services. So what people would know as buy now, pay later now. So if you want to buy your fridge on your phone, I had a fintech startup that was enabling finance for these items. And it was based on my knowledge from my banking sector of working in consumer credit that helped me to easily transition. Now, you might be thinking, how did that help? But think about it. Technology, like I said earlier, is an enabler. So if you have an app, for example, you need to understand a customer's journey. What are the things that a customer needs to do in order to be able to purchase an item and also pay for it on credit? It can only work if somebody understands the journey of how a customer is going to shop and how they're going to apply for credit and then eventually get the item that they have ordered on finance to be able to pull all that together. So when we're talking tech, it's not all about code. It's not all about the app. Somebody needs to be able to transfer and translate that customer's journey to a developer who's going to end up coding that into an app. And that is how technology becomes an enabler for finance. So it is people that have normal skills that would actually use their domain knowledge and translate that to the development team to help them build that. Now, you could be a product manager, and that's what I am right now. And I have used my domain knowledge to actually build so many fintech products because I have done it manually before. You could be an operations manager, for example, in a bank, and then transition into an operations manager within fintech industry. You could be in business development and transition into sales in tech. The next career we're going to be looking at is nursing. Now, the easiest tech industry for you to transition to would be the health tech. Now, this is the application of technology to make healthcare accessible or to solve problems within the health sector. You're already a professional nurse. You already have the domain knowledge of your industry. So there are ways you can actually apply that domain knowledge into tech. Now, I'm going to share a very interesting story with you. My mom is a nurse, and there were times that I would go to her office while I was younger, and I started to pick up a few things just in how they work. And I would observe that sometimes they would have emergencies that would require all the nurses to actually leave their stations and then attend to the maybe accident victims that have just been brought into the hospital. And then sometimes I would wonder who's taking care of the patients on admission who need to take their drugs, or who need to be attended to, somehow, I just thought about that problem. Now, fast forward to my final year in school, and I had to come up with a final year project. I actually thought about how to use technology to solve this problem, from the patient's point of view, who is on admission and needs to take their pills at regular intervals, and also from a nurse's perspective, we need to ensure that the patients on admission actually get their drugs and while they're still attending to emergencies. Now, I came up with the idea of an automatic pill dispenser that can solve the problem from a patient's perspective who needs to take their drugs at regular intervals, and a nurse who needs to ensure that the patients actually take their drugs at regular intervals, regardless of any emergency that may be going on. So this automatic pill dispenser would have the software side and the hardware side. Now, tech is actually extremely interesting. So the pill dispenser would have an alarm, quite subtle, just in case the patient is sleeping and they need to wake up. I also added the option for the patient to be able to snooze in case they still need to take an extra nap. And then the other thing I thought about was, ensuring that the patients don't overdose on their pills, especially if they're in pain. So the pills were already put in small pallets that a patient can only take out only the dosage at the particular point in time that they need to take it. And then I also thought about, from the nurse's perspective, a monitor in the nurse's station that can alert them if a patient has been snoozing the automatic pill dispenser and has not pushed the button to get the pill dispenser to dispense their dosage for the time they're meant to take the drug. So it is those things, and this is me. I'm not a nurse. I've used the knowledge of just observing my mom at her office to come up with this idea. How much more if you are already in the health sector? Pharmacists also can transition into health tech. Now, people come with prescriptions. They need to get their drugs. Some people are not able to easily move around and get their pills. It could be a logistics company that focuses on health products. And the list is endless. You don't have to put yourself in a box, is what I'm saying. The last industry I'm going to be exploring today is teaching. Now, this is in the education sector, and if you combine that with technology, you'd have Edtech. This is so interesting. Imagine being able to apply the knowledge you have of teaching students, of developing curriculum, and then translating that into tech. You don't even want to know how the tech industry is looking for you just because you have the domain knowledge. There's so many digital learning platforms today that it is from the knowledge of understanding how people learn that would help people to create different options for learning things. You're watching me right now on YouTube. It means that somebody has created an option for you to be able to see me on video. So imagine an Edtech platform where people can access learnings by listening, by watching the video, or by reading, and developing curriculums that people can easily assimilate. It's a lot when you think about how your existing knowledge can actually help you to easily transition. If you've got great communication skills, you already have the domain knowledge, you have some soft skills in managing people, what are you waiting for? Tech is not an industry that is unreachable. It is actually more accessible than you can think. I will be doing some other videos to explore other careers and industries that you can legitimately move into and transition easily in tech. If you've enjoyed this content, make sure you like, subscribe, and share with your loved ones. And I will see you next time. Bye.